What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our live stream for the third time in the month of August. Today is August 29th. It is Tuesday, almost finishing up the rest of the month here. Welcome to all of you that are joining us from either YouTube, on Facebook, or on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. For today's live stream, we'll be talking about a couple of things. But before we get started there, I just wanted to make sure everyone can see and hear me okay. Just if you are joining us in the live, just give a quick thumbs up down below or comment down below letting us know that the audio and video is working fine. Okay, we got about 50 people or so and still a little bit more trickling in. Okay. Shawnee D says audio is great. All right, thumbs up there. The brand elevator, all good. Great. Great. Okay, and yeah, so as you can see, when you're typing in different comments, I can bring them up on the screen. So as we go through today's live stream, if you have any questions, feel free to ask down below in the comments section, wherever you're joining us, and then we'll be able to pull up some of those comments on the screen so other people can follow along. I think it's a great feature for this new software that we're using. But it seems like audio is good, video is good. Everything's working fine. The brand elevator also says working on my 1502 as we speak. Great, putting some work in. Okay. Welcome, Doreen. Look and sound great. Awesome. Okay, so seems like everything's working well, so we'll kind of jump right in. I kind of wanted to mention a couple of housekeeping things so that you guys are kind of still thinking about either getting into a machine, either embroidery or a printer, to make sure you take advantage of our 25th year anniversary sale. Given that, for those of you that don't know, for the whole entire month of August, have launched our 25th year anniversary sale at Ricoma. This year, 2023, is our 25th year in business. So a quarter century there, a huge milestone for all of us here at Ricoma. And it's been great to be able to share in some of that excitement with all of you guys, all of our supporters that have been able to support us all this way and help us achieve this tremendous milestone. So we wanted to kind of give back to a lot of the viewers by putting on a huge sale for the entire month, and for the rest of August, there's only about 2-3 days left to take advantage of that promotion. But for those of you that have purchased a machine during the month of August and have gotten great savings, thank you guys once again, especially those that are starting new and expanding into the world of apparel decoration. Definitely excited to see a lot of you kind of take advantage of the promotion and the sale that we have going on. But I did want to kind of just quickly mention that we do have our 25th year anniversary sale for our embroidery machines. As I've been kind of talking repeatedly throughout the entire month, we have our payments as low as $120 a month with 0% financing, free shipping up to $1,500. And if you purchase a machine during this month, you also get $400 off of your DecoSummit tickets. So for those of you that were thinking about attending DecoSummit, was not sure, this is a great incentive, and a lot of people have taken advantage of that also, in that they would purchase a machine and also purchase DecoSummit tickets at a discounted price to then attend DecoSummit this year. For those of you that don't know what DecoSummit is, it is a 3-day conference that's coming up in about a month. Right under a month here in Miami, Florida. It's a 3-day event happening September 28th to the 30th. And it's going to be in Miami, Florida, and it's basically an educational conference that we host here at Ricoma, where we invite industry speakers and other apparel decorators to come and share kind of learn from experts in the industry. It's a very educational and immersive conference where you get also hands-on training if you're a VIP customer, etc. So it is definitely something that is worth checking out. We have probably now over 250 attendees already. So for those of you that haven't purchased your tickets, make sure you get in before the event is coming up in less than a month. So the people that have already purchased tickets, a lot of them purchased the VIP tickets to be able to do the hands-on training. You get two hands-on training sessions with the VIP ticket, and a lot of people have been very excited to either come back again. This is I think the fourth annual DecoSummit that we're hosting. So people that have attended DecoSummit in the past that are attending again, or newcomers that are for the first time enjoying DecoSummit. So definitely very excited to have that event and meet all of you guys within the next month. And so if you purchase any machine of ours during this month for our 25th year anniversary, you do get that $400 off of DecoSummit. So that's kind of on the embroidery side. We have a wide variety of embroidery machines for you to choose from, starting with like the EM1010, the 10 needle starter machine, to the MT1501, TC1501, to even the multi-heads, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, or 12 heads of different machines that you can choose from. So for those of you that are kind of still on the fence, you got about, you got today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So the sale ends on Thursday at 6 p.m. and then it's going to go away. So make sure you take advantage of that. And for our 25th year anniversary, it's been the biggest sale we've ever had in the history of the company to celebrate this huge milestone. So as you can see there on the screen, the last minute savings starting at $120 a month for embroidery machines, 0% financing, and you get free shipping along with that as well. So the bigger machine you buy, the more you'll save on the shipping, up to $1,500. Okay, so we're in that last phase of the promotion. We already finished phase 1 and phase 2, so this is the last minute savings. So get in before the doors fully close on August 31st. Okay. So that's on the embroidery side. And then on the white toner transfer printer, if you're more into printing, if you want to get started with a lower budget and are looking and thinking about kind of getting into white toner transfer printing with heat transfer, this might be a good solution for you. The Luminaris 200 white toner transfer printer is a solution that we have for people that are looking to do simple two-step transfers with a white toner transfer printer. You can print them onto a sheet of transparent paper, and then use an adhesive sheet. We call it like the marrying the A and B paper, and then be able to then transfer that finished design onto a piece of apparel using a heat press. All right, so the bundles come in 2 separate packages. It has the Essentials bundle and the Pro bundle. So the Essentials bundle, the difference between the two is that in the Essentials bundle, you don't get as much supplies and you get a smaller heat press, versus the Pro bundle, you get a bigger heat press. So in the Pro bundle, you get a 16 by 20 heat press versus the 15 by 15 heat press. And also the heat press that's bigger, the 16 by 20 in the Pro bundle, it's also an automatic heat press, an auto open. So when the timer is up, it will automatically open when the timer is up, so you don't have to kind of babysit the machine there. As you can see there, you also get some Teflon paper, other supplies. You get legal size paper on the Pro bundle as well. And you get live online training versus like a pre-recorded training. So a lot of, and also you get an extended warranty along with your purchase as well. So a peace of mind, an extra peace of mind for, I think the price difference between the 2 bundles is not that much. It's less than $1,000. So with a better heat press, extended warranty, more supplies, definitely helpful to kind of upgrade to that professional bundle. As you can see there, $99 per month on the Essentials bundle, and then the Premium bundle, $115 per month. So for the price difference of like $16 a month, you get all those extra things included in your white toner transfer package. All right, I think over 200 people already have purchased that white toner transfer package bundle for just this month. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, make sure to check that out. All right. The next thing we got is our DTG printer. We launched the DTG printer, our new Ricoma Vision direct to garment printer in July. So we've had it for about close to 2 months now. And during our 25th year anniversary sale, you can secure all-inclusive DTG printer packages for as low as $246 per month with 0% financing. You also get a free flat heat press, which is $900 in value, and you can take advantage of this special limited time offer as well. Given it is a new product that we're launching with a new upgraded DTG printer, and also part of our 25th year anniversary sale, we're really getting a good price on the DTG printer for those of you that want to get into direct to garment printing. It is obviously a higher cost point than higher entry point than the wide toner transfer printer, but you get unbeatable quality in terms of full color designs being able to be printed directly onto the garment. You get all of your pre-treatment liquid, you get all the supplies you have in the package, pre-treatment liquid, you get the Teflon paper, you get all of the inks to get started, as well as any what was it, the Wagner spray gun. If you're looking at the essentials bundle, for the professional bundle, you actually get a pre-treatment machine, our own pre-treatment machine, Sonic Jet, the Ricoma Sonic Jet. And as you can see there, if you upgrade to the premium bundle, you get a better heat press, a larger heat press that's auto open. You get the pre-treatment machine that is our Ricoma Sonic Jet pre-treatment machine, and that way you don't have to use the Wagner spray gun to pre-treat your shirts. You get more pre-treatment liquid. You get you get the DTF kit if you purchase the premium bundle. What the DTF kit does is, for those of you that don't know, the Ricoma Vision DTG printer actually doubles as a DTF printer. So you're able to print directly onto garments, but you're also able to print directly onto film and then transfer that onto garments. So it's kind of like a desktop DTF printer. It's like two printers in one. So for the premium bundle, you're able to get the kit that's able to help you do that for DTF, because you need the powder, you need like different supplies. The adhesive powder, the film sheets, all the essentials for you to be able to print DTF using your DTG printer, you get that in the premium bundle as well, all of those supplies. For the Vivid Rip software that comes with your printer package, you can do both DTG and DTF within one software. So you have the capabilities to do it. The premium bundle gives you the supplies in terms of the materials and the powder and everything else to be able to achieve DTF prints. So the difference between the two packages, as you can see there, $246 a month versus $277 a month. Really a price difference of like $30 between the two packages, and you're able to get a lot more with the premium bundle. All right, so that's for DTG. And then speaking of DTF printers, for those of you that don't know, also we've recently launched our Revel Duo DTF printer, the Revel Duo 1202 TA. It's kind of an all-in-one, very compact all-in-one DTF, roll-to-roll DTF printer. We have several DTF printers for you to choose from. The 2402, the Revel 2402, that's the 24-inch wide version of the DTF printer. And then we also have the Revel Duo DTF 1202. That's a smaller, more compact version. It's an all-in-one, meaning you got the printer, you got the shaker and the dryer all encased into one very compact casing, very easily able to be moved around and very portable versus the 2402. But depending on your needs, the 2402, the Revel 2402 will obviously print in a larger area, give you more prints. Faster speed, and then also the 1202 just more limiting in the printing area, but it's much more compact, and it's one of the newest line of DTF printers that we have just launched, the Revel Duo. Okay, and I think the packages on that they start at around $249 per month. So right around that number with the 0% financing, and you get free shipping with that as well. So $249 a month with starting with the roll-to-roll DTF printer. DTF printers are also really great for being able to kind of like stack up your designs, meaning you can just print a bunch of sheets, and then you can sell your sheets to customers without having to transfer them onto t-shirts. Your customer can buy a heat press and then transfer them onto shirts themselves, or whatever they want to transfer onto. You just print the sheets for them. That's also a very viable business model with these roll-to-roll DTF printers. Okay, and then as you can see there, you get everything included: the inks, the DTF printer, obviously, all the supplies. You get the heat press, the powder, the film. Pretty much everything is ready to go right out of the box. So that's if you're looking to kind of take your printing game to the next level and want to do the higher production runs with roll-to-roll DTF printer, then this might be the good fit for you: the Revel or the Revel Duo. Okay, so with that said, I think that's all of the announcements I have. There is something else I wanted to mention with regards to the shop.ricoma.com. We also have a site-wide sale on shop.ricoma.com as well. You can get different heat presses for up to 50% off plus free shipping. You can get sewing machines and vinyl cutters for 10% off plus free shipping. Chroma and embroidery accessories for 20% off, and free shipping on orders over $1,000. Basically, everything that's on the on sale, just go to shop.ricoma.com, and then on the top navigation bar there, if you just click the sale tab, you'll see everything that is on sale, for this promotion. Okay, and I think that is it. I also wanted to, speaking of DecoSummit, I know I briefly touched upon DecoSummit, which is, again, less than a month away. By show of hands in the comments, or just comment down below, if you're already going to DecoSummit, if you already purchased your ticket and are going to DecoSummit, let me know in the comments below if you've already done so I kind of already get to see some of the names that I'll be, I guess, hopefully meeting at DecoSummit this year. And while you guys do that, I'm going to show some other comments that have come in. Doreen here says, excitedly waiting on my EM1010. Zion's P says, just order the MT1501 using that sale. Awesome. Great. And then T-Town T-Shirt says, I have had my machine for almost 2 years now. Seems like lately I've been getting into some trouble with some hats. You think a good cleaning and adjustment will help with that? Of course, if your machine, a machine is like any other equipment. It needs maintenance. It needs to be, the timing of the rotary hook can go off of time. So an adjustment, a timing, kind of retiming the machine, good cleaning, especially underneath the needle plate. There's a lot of lint and dust that's accumulated over years of use. If you don't clean that regularly, should be something that you're looking to do. But a general good tune-up is gonna get your machine back up and running in a top-notch condition. But yeah, it's like a car. You got to go for oil change. You got to, rotate your tires and all of that. So, like any other machine, it needs maintenance and tune-ups. Linda Russell here says, hey everyone, can't wait for DecoSummit. Yeah, Linda's going to be one of the speakers at DecoSummit, so excited to, to learn some of the knowledge that she has. Been in this industry for quite some time. So, and I think she has 2 or 3 machines of Ricoma, and definitely, been using them for quite a few years, probably 4 or 5 years now, at the least. Gilbert says, waiting on my 1501 bundle. Great. Joshua here, sitting in front of mine, have my training in 2 hours. Excited to get rolling. Awesome. Definitely, ask questions in the training, pay attention, take notes. It's a lot of information, and so I would really encourage you to take notes and then revisit it later. And the training is also recorded, so you'll get a recording link for it to watch later. But take good notes and refer back to them later because it is a lot of information. Especially for someone that's just starting out. It's a lot of information about the machine, about the techniques, about how to do embroidery overall, hooping and threading and tension. It's a lot to take in, but it's definitely doable with the right practice and paying special attention to areas that you're not understanding. Doreen Rosenblum here says, should I watch the training videos before my EM1010 arrives or wait until it arrives? So I would definitely encourage you to take your pre-training. This is why we have a pre-training. It's a series of videos that gets you prepped before your machine arrives. Just teaching you the basics of like what is a bobbin, what is tension, and all of that, and teaching you the different kind of the anatomy of the different machine parts. That's going to be super helpful to give you a basic level of understanding. And then when your machine arrives, you can kind of, there's also quizzes at the end of these pre-training videos to make sure you're paying attention. And so I would really encourage you to watch that, and then you can always watch it again, when your machine arrives. But you will have to take those quizzes and actually pass them, and then be able to schedule. And only then would you be able to schedule your actual live training. This is because we want to make sure that everyone joining the live training is on the same page in terms of their skill set, in terms of their knowledge, that everyone went through the pre-training and everyone is kind of on the same page so that we can maximize the time that the trainer has allotted for your particular training. So I would definitely encourage you to watch those videos prior to your machine arriving and make sure you take those quizzes. Nelson asked, do you have a trade show coming up? Our next trade show is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be at Printing United. This is sometime in October, right after DecoSummit in Atlanta, Georgia. And we will be attending there. It's going to be a big show. I believe the information is on our website. If it's not, if it's not on there already, let me see here. So if you just go to, I guess they haven't updated this, but let me just, yeah, so Printing United is going to be October 18th to the 20th. All right, October 18th to the 20th this year in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, just go to printingunited.com and you can check out all the relevant information there. Question here from Gayan LE. Does the Vivid Rip software work with the Ricoh RI1000? So no, the answer is no. It does not work with the Ricoh RI1000. Only works with the Ricoma Vision DTG printer. The Ricoh RI1000 has its own Rip software. I believe the AnaRip. You can use that. Okay, Jassy Nicole says, I just ordered my EM1010. It ships this week. Can't wait. Awesome. Question here from CN White. If you are new to sewing, which is the better machine? If you're completely new to sewing, I mean, it really depends on kind of what your budget is and what you're looking to use it for. If you're using it to run like a home business, I would encourage you to at least go to a commercial single head machine, maybe a TC 1501 or a MT 1501. If you're more limited on your budget and you just kind of are testing the waters, maybe the EM1010, right? But EM1010, many people outgrow it very quickly because there's, it's limited embroidery area, 12 inches by 8 inches. So you can't really do like huge jacket back designs. You can still do some pretty large designs with it. It runs as a slower speed, 1,000 stitches per minute versus 1,200 stitches per minute on the commercial machines in terms of their maximum speed. 10 needles versus 15 or 20 needles on the single head commercial machines. So quite a few differences, mainly in the embroidery area and the number of needles. So just want to take that into consideration. But again, depends on your budget. EM1010 is really kind of a starter machine to get you started and to on a budget and still be able to get you from point A to point B. And then many people kind of upgrade after that. Just know that. If you have a viable business and you're doing this full time, you could potentially quickly outgrow your EM1010 if you kind of start small and then find out like 2-3 months later like you're outgrowing your machine. That's something that I hear very often. The general rule of thumb is that if you're you buy the largest machine that you can afford within your budget, because you want to make sure you maximize your investment and don't have to upgrade or reinvest or trade in or whatever the case is when you outgrow your machine. So definitely try to go for the biggest and most capable machine within your general budget. Is there someone you guys could send out to do the tuning? Says T-Town T-shirts. Yeah, just contact our service team and they can arrange that. Obviously, there will be a fee associated with that for the labor and the travel, but it is something that our service team could arrange. Linda Russell says almost 7 years with the MT. Wow, has it really been that long, Linda? Yeah, 20 now it's 2023. Yeah, 2016. Yeah, that sounds about right. We were still probably in the old office at that time. So definitely it's been a long time. But glad that you've been with us for 7 years now and still running strong with your machines. All right, so yeah, there were some people talking about DecoSummit here. This is Shakia Lavelle. I just looked at the Deco lineup. I am in Miami Gardens, which is right here in Miami, and interested in the sessions on day one as I'm looking into DTG and white toner only. I wish there were day passes. Now it's really a 3-day event, and you can attend just one day if you want to. But really, the white toner classes, you get hands-on training on those as well. You have the opportunity to do so. But the day one is mainly the speakers. You have a lot of speakers, industry leaders, and myself included, kind of speaking about different topics. It's really kind of marketing and business focused, and also a lot of demonstrations on different techniques and different projects. And then day 2 and 3 are more of the hands-on stuff. If you're a VIP, you get access to the hands-on training. If you're not, you can attend a lot of the demonstrations. You can attend Chroma digitizing software training. If you're into digitizing. If you're looking to kind of learn a lot more about printing, this is still we have a ton of printers at the event and hands-on training available for those printers as well. You gotta obviously sign up beforehand. But yeah, no, there's no day passes available. It is really a 3-day thing because people gain a lot of value from the not only the seminars but also the hands-on training. Okay, so as you guys type in more comments, feel free to chime in below. I'll get to them. But I did want to kind of talk about today's topic, which is the 2 best ways to find your custom apparel niche. It's something that I think a lot of people should learn about, and a lot of people kind of overlook, especially when they're starting out in this business, where they don't focus on as much about their niche. And people always ask me, "Oh, how do I get my first customer? How do I kind of ramp up my marketing? How do I get more orders. And the first thing I tell them is, especially when you're new, is have you really kind of niched down onto what your specialty is going to be? Because really, if you're looking to market to everyone, it's going to be very difficult to get your message across, because it applies. It's not very tailored to a specific audience, and your expertise doesn't shine if it's kind of tailored to anyone that wants to buy embroidered or printed goods from me. That's too broad of a target to go after, and therefore that's how you get stuck when your marketing isn't very effective and not very attractive to a specific group of people. And what I mean by this is, and the way to counteract this, and the way that you should be doing, is that you should be niching down onto a particular specialty, right? And that's a good way to start. Instead of going broad, you go narrow. And the example I always give is that Amazon didn't become Amazon today by simply selling everything under the sun from the get-go. They started by doing what? They started by selling books, right? That's the only vertical that they specialize in. That's the only vertical that they focused on. And as they became good at doing that and became the expert in that vertical, then they had the opportunity to expand into other verticals. And now anything you can think of, you can buy on Amazon. So in a similar fashion, you can't start off going broad without any direction. So you need to be able to niche down into what you want to focus on. And that's the kind of subject of today's topic, which is, how to do exactly that. What are the two ways that you can find your niche, and how you go about defining that, so that you can be kind of starting out like Amazon did, focusing on one specific segment to be able to target and become the expert and the go-to person in that segment that gives you the leverage and the credibility for you to expand beyond that. So I'll kind of give you the two ways, and I'll kind of break down the overview of the two ways, and I'll kind of go into detail about what those two ways are. The broadly speaking, the two ways that you can find your niche is, one, by the type of industry, okay, by the type of industry that you're looking to target, or two, by the type of product you're looking to specialize in. So I will talk first about the industry, and then I'll talk about the product. So niching down based on industries, it's fairly simple. It's looking at, okay, which group of people, which group of business owners, or industry, or group of people, sector, do I want to target and specialize in? And these could be restaurants, right? Targeting just restaurant owners and restaurant businesses. These could be targeting just schools and and daycares and organizations within schools. This could be just specializing in weddings, right? And I mean, I know people that specialize in just everything that's related to yachts. The towels used on yachts, the upholstery, all the crew uniforms and hats and all of that's used on yachts. So you can get very specialized, and you can carve out a niche for yourself by becoming the expert in a particular industry. It could be real estate, if you have a connection with real estate. It could be schools, if you have an in with a school and get your foot in the door that way. It could be with restaurants, because you know a restaurant owner who then can refer you to other restaurant owners and other businesses. The reason why it's important to focus on a specific sector is because you're able to maximize the depth of your connections within that particular industry. Because if you're targeting after the wedding sector, the people that you will be catering to will naturally know others that will want the same thing, and then that gives you referrals in a much easier way. If you're targeting after restaurant owners, they'll probably more than likely know other restaurant owners in the area as well, or own multiple restaurants. The other reason why it's helpful to go after an industry is that you become the subject matter expert in that particular industry. You'll know exactly what restaurants need in terms of their customized apparel. You will know exactly what wedding venues or wedding events will need in terms of their venue. You will know kind of all the supplies that will go into that, the nuances of how what if you're embroidering like towels or napkins, like you will be able to specialize in the types of goods that that particular industry is focused on. So then you will become a subject matter expert in what they need and how to print them, how to embroider them, how to decorate them. You become much more well versed in that particular industry simply by connecting with a lot of those people within that industry. That's why it's super helpful to kind of drill deep within a specific industry sector. The on the other hand, the other way that you can focus on niching down is to focus on a product type. So instead of focusing on an industry and being able to offer everything that all the different products that industry needs, this is kind of flipping it the other way around. You're focusing on a particular product type and offering it to all industries and all people that might need that product. So an example of this would be, there are plenty of people that specialize in caps only, or they do mostly patches, right? These are two very common examples of niching based on finding their niche based on product type that I typically see. And when you do this and you niche down based on a product type like caps, you become the expert in a particular product type. So while you might not know that industry in a particular industry very well, there could be multiple industries, many different industries that might need hats or caps, right? It could be restaurants, it could be schools, it could be different companies that might need some company swag. It doesn't, it could apply to a lot of different industries. It can also apply to a lot of different organizations, like sports teams. They might need some hats as well. So all of these things, if you specialize in a particular product, can apply to a lot of different industries. If you specialize in an industry, you're the expert in that industry, knowing what the types of goods that industry needs, and you can kind of embroider all of those or print on all of those different types of products that particular industry needs. A restaurant might need some aprons or chef's hats that are embroidered, but that other industries might not have that need, right? But knowing how to decorate an apron or a chef's hat, because you're the expert in that particular sector, that gives you an advantage versus someone that doesn't know how to do that. But because you're much more involved and drilling deep within an industry, you're accumulating knowledge about that industry and the needs of that industry, and they're able to cater that and offer that to your clients. So those are the two ways that I see most people kind of find their niche. You can do one or the other. I would encourage you that if you have a connection with a particular industry, that could be a way to kind of get started with a particular industry. If you have just a genuine interest in a particular type of product, maybe you just love doing patches, or you have a knack for doing designs on hats, and you're a great designer, you can design these very nice designs on hats, then that can be a good way to niche down based on a product type, right? Just make sure that whatever you do, don't go broad at first and just be like, well, I offer everything. I do hats, polos, jackets, anything you want, I can do. And anybody that wants something, they can come to me and get it. Your message is not very targeted towards a specific audience, and your messaging gets lost in the thousands of advertisements that people see every single day, right? So if your messaging needs to kind of break through the clutter, and the way to do that is you need to resonate with your prospect, with whoever you're talking to, in what they need, and what their desires are, what their needs are. And when you niche down, you become an expert within a particular product type or particular industry, then your messaging becomes a lot more clear, right? You can be like, hey, if you want hats done, I'm your go-to guy. I'm your expert. I can do 3D puff. I can do, design on the front, on the side, on the back. It doesn't matter, but I'm your hat guy, right? You want to be known as the cap guy. And then if you're basing on an industry, if you're niching down based on an industry, you want to be if you're focusing on restaurants, for example, you want to be the go-to person that every restaurant within a 50-mile radius goes to for all of their apparel decoration needs, right? Whether my staff needs some polos or visors or aprons or caps, whatever the case is, they can go to you, right? Button-down shirts, jackets. They can all go to you as the go-to person that specializes in restaurants. Make sure you position yourself using your niche to position yourself as the expert in that particular niche. That's what you want to become. And then once you dominate that, then that gives you the leverage and also the track record for you to be able to expand beyond that and take it a step further. Because now you've done it, people believe you, you're credible. Instead of just starting out and be like, hey, I can do everything. People don't know you yet, and you need to establish yourself as an expert within a particular realm first before extending yourself further outwards. That's the general gist of kind of how to find your niche and why it's important to start with a niche so that you can really gain traction in the early stages, because your messaging is much more tailored to a particular audience, to a particular product type that you're an expert on, and that gets you much more traction out the door. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, and I'll kind of go through some of the rest of the questions. If you have comments about what I mentioned, or if you have further, you want to dive deeper into kind of finding your niche, or a particular question about how you can find your niche, feel free to chime in. And any business question that is very specific to your circumstance, I'm happy to kind of learn about what your circumstance is and to be able to help you that way. While I do that, I also did want to mention that we do have a giveaway for today. I did forget to mention that at the beginning, but for those of you that are on this live stream now, we do have a giveaway. It is going to be one general admission ticket to DecoSummit, for that's coming up in less than a month. We'll announce the giveaway winner at the end of this live stream, and that winner will get a code that you can redeem your general admission ticket and be able to attend the event. Okay, so something to consider, sticking around for towards the end. And you can also upgrade your ticket to like a VIP ticket, just pay the difference. But basically, you get a general admission ticket that gives you access to DecoSummit that's coming up September 28th to the 30th here in Miami, Florida. Okay, and I did ask this before, but let me know in the comments, if you are attending DecoSummit. I kind of wanted to, see who is attending. Yeah, Nelson here asks, is there a cost for the trade show in October coming up? No, there's no cost. If there is one, you can, I'm sure we have a guest pass that you can, like a code that you can use to redeem your attendee ticket there. This is that you have to know that like the trade shows is a trade show. You're not really getting a lot of education on it. It's not like you're attending seminars. With DecoSummit, it's an immersive educational experience. So you're not just looking at machines. If you go to a trade show, you're walking around like hundreds of booths. You're looking at vendors, looking at their machines. Like that's the main purpose of a trade show. It's not to learn, right? You're checking out the latest technology, seeing what's out there. Maybe you're gonna buy some stuff, right? Take advantage of a good sale or a good promotion that's going on at the show. Buy some supplies, make some connections with vendors. But at DecoSummit, you're actually learning like tactical things that you can apply to your business that can make a difference in your business. Whether that be that is a technique, maybe that's a marketing technique, maybe that's something in your business, an idea that you didn't think of, and that kind of lights a light bulb by attending DecoSummit. We give very actionable things. We don't just teach kind of the theory of like what you should be doing, but we actually show like proven actionable things that you could be doing that can make a difference in your business. That's why people attend DecoSummit, and that's why people kind of walk away gaining so much more value than what they spent on the ticket and the trip, because one idea could drastically change the outcome of and the trajectory of your business for years to come, right? And that's also my personal reason why I attend some conferences as well, just to network with people, gain some ideas. And if I just walk away with the one big idea that I can implement, then it makes a huge difference. Funny enough, DecoSummit came from it's an idea that came from attending another conference, and then after that conference we were sitting around at dinner, and we were just talking like, hey, is there really such a educational conference that kind of the one like the one that we're attending, but for apparel decorators. And we didn't see anything that was kind of available on the market. It was just at that time a bunch of trade shows, and so we decided to kind of make that leap. And this is the fourth year in a row that we've been running this. So funny enough, DecoSummit also spawned from us attending another conference. So you can see that like ideas like this can definitely be well worth the trip. Okay, let's see here. Question from or comment from Shani D. I purchased my MT 1501 in May. It has been a moneymaker. Good to hear. Mary says hello from District Heights, Maryland. I am late. No problem. Better late than never. And let's see this question here. How from Kate Bailey? How long does it usually take for Ricoma, the white toner transfer printer, yeah, white laser printer bundle to be shipped after ordering? Probably about I would say 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know the schedule of how backed up they are. I would imagine they are pretty backed up with the queues and the order, given how much demand has been coming in and increase have been coming in from our anniversary sale just this month. So just be a little bit patient with us, but usually about 2 to 3 weeks. This is a question from Instagram, Edwaro82. What interest rates are you offering for financing? So if you qualify, there's 0% financing. So no interest for, depending on the product you're buying, for up to 72 months. So that's 6 years of interest-free payments. You can, take advantage of that if you qualify. So the only way to know is put in an application, speak with one of our product specialists, and put in an application, and they'll give you an answer on the spot. Are the DTF machines available through your distributors in the Middle East? I believe so. You want to, yeah, I think they are. Um, you might want to check with our team here to be able to kind of to direct you to the right party that can answer that. But just fill out the contact form on Ricoma.com, and if you're from the Middle East, we can direct you to the distributor in the Middle East. Hard and Hustle Printing will be there. Can't wait for all the knowledge. Yeah, so Joe from Hard and Hustle Printing is actually going to be a speaker at Deco Summit. He was also a speaker last year, so very excited to have Joe back and be able to share some knowledge with us. He actually owns his own print and embroidery shop, Hard and Hustle Printing. So really good to learn from apparel decorators that actually do this day in and day out, and then see kind of what's working for them, what's not working for them, how to avoid some of the mistakes. This is why Deco Summit is like no other kind of trade show. It's not a it's a educational conference to really kind of delve into the what's working and what's not working. From business owners that actually are on the ground doing this every single day. H Sync Prince 365 asks, will the DDG and DTF Revel be on display at Deco Summit and have live demos? So the DTG will, the DTF unfortunately won't, simply because the hotel doesn't have the special plug that we need for the 220-volt plug that is needed to run the DTF printer. So we won't have any live demos with the DTF printer, but we will have live demos with the DTG printer. My EM1010 says non-embroidery state machine will not start. What does that even mean? Sounds like you're not in embroidery mode. That could be one reason why the machine will not start. Your machine needs to be locked and ready to go in embroidery mode, meaning your design is already chosen, your colors are chosen, you've done your tracing, and you've locked the machine so that there's no more edits to the design that can be made. Then it can start. But you can also contact our service team if that doesn't resolve your issue or question, and they'll be more than happy to help. The brand elevator from YouTube says, I'm interested in the chenille machine. So the chenille is actually a very cool machine. What it does is it gives this one head is able to give you this like towel look in your embroidery. It gives you this fuzzy towel look, kind of like on your Carhartt jackets or your varsity jackets, or the Letterman jackets, the feel on the letters. That's done with chenille. And then the other head, it's a two-head machine. One head is embroidery, one head is chenille, and then the embroidery head you can do regular embroidery with it. So like the borders on your letters and all of that. So it's a very cool machine, and we have several in stock here. So if you're interested, check out, talk to one of our product specialists, and they'll be happy to give you pricing on that. We'll also be showcasing a chenille machine at both Printing United and DecoSummit, so to showcase some of the latest technology. Carlos MD98 says, I need to trade in. How would that work? I have the EM1010 and want the MT1501. So contact your account coordinator or your account manager to initiate the trade-in process if that's what you want. You will have to take pictures of your machine. We give you a value for the trade-in, and then you can apply that credit towards the bigger machine that you want. But contact your account manager. You should have been introduced to them when you purchased your EM1010. And that's your point of contact. If you don't know who that is, you can also go to your customer portal, and then you can find the contact information there. Well, they have white toner training in Atlanta. So we don't have any training available in Atlanta in the Printing United show. Again, it's just a trade show. They're showcasing the machines. You can see demonstrations. Talk to our technicians, ask questions, see how it runs. But in terms of training, there's no training available at these trade shows. That's why people come to DecoSummit for it. Doreen Rosenblum says, "What about selling copyrighted material such as anime characters?" Yeah, just don't do it. That's my advice. And I'm not a lawyer, but if you're anything that's copyrighted, I would not sell it to avoid a potential litigation on your hands with the copyright holders. So this is a great question here from CN White. What is the lifespan of your embroidery machines? When you speak to buying to your budget for expansion, does your technology require driver upgrades that may become outdated or unavailable? So like anything, like a car or even your phone, any equipment, they have a life cycle, right? Typically speaking, we support all of our parts for over 10 years. Because we're the manufacturer, we're able to get access to previous generations of parts for typically like a production cycle for a particular machine from beginning to completely being phased out, probably around the 10-year mark. Now, that being said, a lot of parts are a little bit interchangeable, so those parts could last longer. But the things that changes the most is probably the electronics, because electronics, just like your phone, they can change every single year, every 2 years, and those can over time, as suppliers don't supply those chips or the particular boards anymore, you no longer can produce them, and they might have to change. So that's when that's the most tricky part of kind of maintaining continuity with a particular product. It's in the electronics. The mechanical components mostly the same, and you can make most of it work. But generally speaking, once the electronics go out of stock and there's no longer being produced, then it's going to be hard to kind of maintain the production, or those parts are going to be outdated, right? And even though you can update the driver or the firmware, I assume that's what you're talking about. You can definitely update the firmware, but I'm talking about the physical boards. That's not going to be it's no longer going to be manufactured anymore. And when boards and specific, control panels or whatever the case is no longer being manufactured because of sourcing issues, because the supplier no longer manufactures them after, 7, 8, 10-year periods, then that's when they start to get phased out, and then it needs to go to the next generation. We still have machines out there that's from like 2010, 2011, that's still on the market, and that's been like 12 years. That even though we don't manufacture those parts anymore, they stopped manufacturing those parts several years ago. But we have enough stock to be able to support some of those parts that might be needed as time goes on. Being the manufacturer, that gives you that's one of the perks of being the manufacturer, is because when a product is at the end of its life cycle and you're phasing one out, you can budget and prepare for that phase out by stocking previous generation of parts for a period of time, and then slowly kind of wean them out and then onto the new generation. So that's why we still have machines out there that's still running in 2012, 2011 on the older control panels, that we still have some access to parts for. But if you were to say like access like hundreds and thousands of those pieces, probably not doable at this point. But there's still kind of support going on for those. And then the next batch after that is probably around 20, I would say like 2013, 2014 ish is the next generation after the 2011, 2012 models. And those are still being used today, that still being manufactured today and still being used today on some of those control panels. And then any future generations that will soon be able to launch, they'll we'll still be able to support older generations because we have ample stock and still have production levels of those old electronics. But newer machines will be have newer electronics built into the machine. I hope that helps. Millicent Simpson says, I'm 6 months into my business and it's booming. I want another machine by next year, but want to see all the things. Great. Drop by either DecoSummit or drop by the show in Atlanta and see some of the latest technology, because we'll be unveiling some pretty cool stuff at DecoSummit as well. By the way, if you are attending Deco Summit and you've already purchased a ticket, or if you haven't purchased one but are on the fence and thinking about purchasing one, I do have a business seminar lunch that will be during lunch on the first day. It is a paid event, like kind of like an add-on to the event. You do need to attend DecoSummit to be able to purchase that add-on. It is $199 for the add-on for the business seminar during lunch. It is limited to 25 seats only. So we had quite a few people already sign up for the lunch. Not only do you get a pretty nice buffet from the that's catered by the hotel, that's paid for, and but more importantly, you get to network with the other people. That's kind of more of an exclusive setting inside that event, and you get access to myself, where I'll be teaching a business seminar on how to scale, like the what we call the business scaling framework, on how to scale your apparel decoration business. I'll be kind of sharing some secrets that I've learned in scaling our own business here, to be able to apply to your business and how to take it to the next level. So beyond that, you'll also be able to network with other attendees in that more private setting. Again, limited to 25 people only. If you're interested in that, go to decosummit.com, purchase your ticket, and then add that on as an additional ticket for the business lunch. Okay, so it's going to be during lunch, I believe at 12 o'clock, from like 12 to 2 on the first day of the event. All right, it is an add-on, $199. It includes the lunch. It includes the access to myself and the seminar. I definitely will provide a lot more value than the ticket price for sure, because I think the framework that I'll be sharing with you guys is what I've been able to kind of follow in the last several years, 5-6 years, to be able to scale our business to this level. And I think it can be applicable towards businesses of all sizes. So if anything, to take away from that and apply that framework to your business when you go back home, and I think it's gonna be more value than the ticket price itself. Plus being able to network and learn from some of the it'll be a very kind of private setting where kind of like a fireside chat. Well, I'll be talking, with the 25 attendees, and then be able to share kind of, their knowledge, their stories, and be able to also give you kind of like one-on-one advice in a very, a small group setting. If you're running into issues in your business, kind of what kind of things, what kind of challenges are ahead of you in your stage of the business, and kind of talk about how to overcome those challenges. So a very kind of a little bit of a mastermind in that little group setting, and we'll be able to kind of learn about the business scaling framework that I'll be talking about. Have lunch together, network with others, and be able to do some problem solving together. Hopefully, tell us about your business and what challenges you're facing, and hopefully we can, I'll be able to give you some insight as to how to tackle that. So if you're interested in that, go to decosummit.com and make sure to check that out. Do we have like a QR code that we can put up? Yeah, there you go. On the screen there, DecoSummit 2023. If you just scan that code, it will take you to decosummit.com, and then you'll be able to purchase your event ticket there, as well as this add-on event. It'll be called, I think, a business seminar with Henry. So it'll be during lunch on the first day, a 2-hour event, $199 for the add-on. All right, and also as I mentioned, limited to 25 people only, so that we can keep it a very small group and a very intimate setting to get to know you and to learn about your particular business and what we can help with that particular problem. Do you hold DecoSummit every year? Yes, as much as we can. We do that every single year. The only year we couldn't do it was during COVID in 2020, but we had like a virtual event in lieu of that. Finding your niche is very important. I have worked with several small businesses with business startup. Now that I'm expanding to start my own, the niche is what I have been really thinking about. Great. Yep, finding a niche is a first step. Janelle Porter asks, I've noticed that not as many classes are showing up on the customer portal as in the past few months. Is this because you're concentrating on getting ready for DecoSummit? Yeah, I mean, our team is probably busy getting ready for DecoSummit. But I still think we have plenty of trading sessions available. In fact, many times there's like empty slots that end up not being used. But constantly check back for any classes that might be available on the customer portal. But yes, I mean it's crunch time now with less than a month away from DecoSummit. If you're getting one needle to get long tail, what do you think it could be from? All areas are clear as I do my hourly maintenance. And that one color does it on all areas of the file. I would say that's if your tension, just tighten up your tension a little bit on that particular needle, so that it's not overly loose, so that when you cut the thread, it's leaving a longer tail. If you tighten it up, it kind of like makes sure the thread is more tight, and it shrinks the tail a little bit as it cuts. So if it's only happening on that particular needle, that's what I would recommend to do as the first thing. Shawnee D asks, "Are you sold out at the exclusive lunch?" Not yet. There have been quite a few people that have already purchased. I don't know the exact number, but 25 is not a lot of tickets. So we added this on last minute to kind of cater to people that want to have a more intimate setting and more private setting with myself, get access to some more information during lunch, and plus you need to have lunch anyway. So we decided to add the room and get catering for this particular lunch, and then throw it all together. It really just covers the cost of the room and the lunch, and the knowledge is and the networking is free. So if you just kind of think about it that way, I think it will be worthwhile to attend. But I do expect it to be sold out as we get closer and closer to the event. There's already been quite a few people that have purchased that add-on. I purchased my 1501 from a friend. It's only a few months old. Do I qualify for training with Ricoma? I've done all the training videos. So yeah, you probably have to. If you've done all the training videos, you can sign up for your training. It's usually when you purchase a machine secondhand. People need to transfer the ownership to you, and then you would have to pay an additional fee for the training. But once you pay it, you can take it as many times as you want. But even without paying, you do get unlimited tech support. So if you have any questions, feel free to call without having to pay for the training. But if you want like a formal training to attend a training seminar, then there will be an extra fee. Wolf Custom says, I was going to trade in, but I'm just going to have two instead. Yeah, that's what most people end up doing. Because trading in, you're just going to a little bit of a bigger machine. You have to pay you still have to pay a difference for the trade in, because your first machine is going to depreciate. So you gotta have pay a trade in fee. And then at the same time, having another machine just boosts your production, right? So just so many times people just buy a different machine, buy a bigger machine, and have two to run alongside. Zion's Peace says, I know the MT1501 has both 220 power or 110. Will there be a difference in power or performance between them? So to answer your question, for the MT1501, and this is true for all of our single head, all of our single head and two and three head, our single head, two and three head models of our imported machines. What I'm about to say is true for all of those. is that they are self-adaptable between 90 to 240 volts. So literally, you can just plug it into the wall and it will self-adapt between 90 to 240 volts. It doesn't matter if you're in Europe. It doesn't matter if you're in South America. It doesn't matter if you're in US or UK. It will adapt 90 to 240 self-adaptable 90 to 240 volts. So that's a great feature that we've built into our single head and 2 and 3 head machines. So you don't need to have a power adapter, nor is there any performance difference between the two, because the electronics will literally self-adapt depending on what voltage is coming through out of the outlet. Is the final DecoSummit schedule out yet? Yes, it is online at DecoSummit.com. You can go to DecoSummit.com and go to the schedule. It's always going to be a little bit changing as as we finalize things, but the bulk of it is pretty finalized. All right, last couple of questions. We're running up on a little bit of time here, but are your machines shipped out of Miami, or is there other shipping locations? If so, could a buyer pick up the machine purchase and get earlier delivery? So a couple of questions there. One, we do have two locations we ship machines out of. One is in Miami, Florida. One is in Los Angeles, in East Los Angeles, in Rancho Cucamonga. We have a warehouse and office there that we store different machines, and a service center there with our staff. We're able to ship out from that location as well. Yes, you could. So the second part of your question, a buyer could pick up the machine, but it doesn't necessarily mean you get earlier delivery. You might save the time on the 2, 3, 4 days that it might take to get to you via the shipment. But the machine needs to go through a queue. When you place your order, just because you can pick it up doesn't mean the machine's gonna be ready right away, because we need to. There's a queue. There's a line of people that wait on machines being prepped, and machines go through a testing process to make sure that they're stitching out properly. They go through a rigorous test, make sure everything's fine and correct, and then they get packed and be able to ship it out to you. So the only time that you'll be able to save if you do pick up the machine is that we'll notify you that the machine is ready for pickup. You come the same day or the day after, and then you can pick it up and then drive it back to your location. It only saves you the time in transit. Doesn't really help you skip the line and get in front of the line to get your machine earlier, because this still needs to go through the same process as everyone else. Do people write off their travel for DecoSummit? Absolutely. That can definitely be considered a business expense. In fact, I write off, all of the, travel expenses we have to trade shows, to different conferences. It's for business purpose, and you can definitely write off your flight ticket, your hotel. Which, by the way, if you do have DecoSummit tickets, and you haven't booked the hotel block, the room block at the event, at the venue, make sure to take advantage of that. You should have gotten an email with the room block information, and you get discounted rates if you purchase through the room block. I believe the room block will end in about a week, so if you haven't done so already, make sure to book that so that you get preferred rates, because we blocked off a chunk of rooms for people that wants to stay at the venue. Very convenient. It's got restaurants. It's close to the airport, and the event is right downstairs. So. I believe the savings you get is on the fees and taxes. You get those waived when you book through the room block. When and where are DecoSummit? It's gonna be this year, September 28th to the 30th. Okay, September 28th to the 30th here in Miami, Florida. Okay, last couple of questions. Are these machines good for operation in Africa? Yes, we have plenty of distributors in South Africa and Northern Africa that sell these machines as well. So if you're interested, check, make sure to get in contact with them. And I'll leave it with here. I'm a hands-on person. I need to see demo live. DecoSummit is just what I need. Yep, that's precisely why we have an event like that, to make sure that people can get the hands-on experience that they want. Um, okay, I think that is it. We will just wrap up with a couple of things. I don't want to harp too much on the. Oh, and speaking of DecoSummit, I did forget one thing though, because we've been talking about DecoSummit for quite some time. The Not only are we giving away a DecoSummit general admission ticket at the end of this live stream, I forgot to mention that we actually have a flash sale for DecoSummit. So if you're not the winner because there's only gonna be one winner. If you're not the winner of this DecoSummit ticket, you can also take advantage of this flash sale going on between now and the and is it Friday? Yeah, and this Friday, September 1st at 6 p.m. So you got about 4 days to take advantage of this flash sale. Use the code DECO30 and you can get 30% off of the DecoSummit ticket prices on the website. Okay, so yeah, if you use Deco30, you get 30% off. So if you want to take advantage of that and you're not the winner, unfortunately, then you can use the code, and you want to attend, you can use the code DECO30 between now and Friday on DecoSummit.com and purchase your tickets there. All right. We already have over 250 attendees coming to DecoSummit, probably our biggest event yet. And it's going to be a blast. We have a bigger venue, a lot more sessions, a lot more machines, a lot more new technology to showcase, and hopefully you guys learn a thing or two and walk away with kind of actionable things that you can take away to your business. All right, so DECO30, that's DECO30. Use that code between now and Friday to get 30% off of the DecoSummit tickets on DecoSummit.com. Okay, so with that said, I kind of want to just to wrap up. Just very quickly, we got, you guys already know, we got our embroidery machine sale going on, for our 25th year anniversary. If you don't, you've been kind of living under a rock for the last month. This year is our 25th year in business, so we're celebrating the 25th year anniversary with a 25th year anniversary sale. That applies to our embroidery machines. That applies to our wide toner transfer printers. That applies to our direct-to-garment printers and our DTF printers as well. So for the embroidery machines, you got the 0% financing for $130 per month, or $120 per month. Sorry, 0% for $120 per month. You only got, as you can see on the countdown there, only 2 days left. So between now and Thursday, 6 p.m. Now and Thursday, 6 p.m. That's the last chance that you have to save on the lowest prices that we've ever had. Probably going back to like 2019 prices on some of these machines to celebrate our 25th year anniversary. All right, so August 31st is the last day. Make sure you take advantage of that. If you're looking to get an embroidery machine, you get 0% financing and free shipping, and then payments as low as $120 per month at 0% financing. All right, and then on the wide toner transfer printers, you also get bundles starting at $99 per month on the wide toner transfer printer, and super affordable to get started with wide toner transfer printing. You get free shipping as well. You get, with any machine purchase, whether it's embroidery machine, whether it's a wide toner transfer printer, DTF printer, DTG printer, you get $400 off of DecoSummit tickets. So that if you want to purchase your machine and learn in a month and meet us in person, and learn your machine in person, you can make sure to purchase that DecoSummit ticket with $400 off. So with the machine purchase, so that's a extra incentive for you guys to join there. With our wide toner transfer printer, $99 a month for the essentials bundle, and then if you want to upgrade to the premium bundle for just a little bit more, I believe like $16 more per month, for like $115 per month, you can upgrade there and be able to get a better heat press, larger heat press, and more supplies, You can get free shipping on that as well. You get also an extended warranty for peace of mind and live training versus a pre-recorded training. So, take advantage of that. Not really that big of a price difference on the two bundles, but you get a lot more value. All right, on the DTF printer. On the DTF printer, we do have the two models that you can choose from: the Revel DTF 2402 or the Revel Duo DTF 1202. One is larger than the other. Obviously, 2402 is 24 inches in width to be able to print that size, and 1202 is 12 inches in width to be able to print in that size. Obviously, they have a price difference. The 1202 is going to be a lot more affordable. It is more compact and all-in-one sort of setup with the printer, dryer, and shaker all in one, and you're kind of printing on a 12-inch area versus a 24-inch area. Both are roll-to-roll DTF printers, so you can't go wrong with that. And the prices start at $249 per month with 0% financing. And you get everything you need to get started, like the heat press, all the supplies, the powder, the film. We do everything in kind of an all-inclusive package for you, so that you never have to buy anything else a la carte for you to get your first print. All right. Last but certainly not least, our Vision DTG printer. Our Ricoma Vision DTG that we just launched in July. This is our newest direct-to-garment printer, and you get $246 per month with 0% financing on that printer as well. You get free shipping, and then also the $400 off of DecoSummit tickets, as I mentioned. And with the DTG printer, you print directly onto the garment, super easy. There's also two bundles. If you want to, the Essentials bundle, you get the Wagner spray gun, which is kind of a handheld spray gun to be able to pre-treat your shirts. For the more premium bundle, you get a pre-treatment machine, our Ricoma Sonic Jet pre-treatment machine, to be able to kind of load your shirt in the pre-treatment machine and then be able to target a specific area that you want to pre-treat. Maybe you're just doing like a left chest print and you can just kind of target a specific area. Saves you on some of the pre-treatment liquid and more specific in terms of the area in the print. Very targeted, much more automatic than kind of a handheld, but obviously a higher price point too for the premium bundle, but well worth the bundle price, because if you buy the bundle, it's definitely a lot more savings than buying the individual machines separately. Okay, you get $246 per month with 0% financing on the Essentials bundle and $277 per month on 0% financing on the Premium bundle. So about $30 difference, $31 difference between the two, $31 per month difference between the two bundles. And but you get a pre-treatment machine with the Ricoma Sonic Jet pre-treatment machine, and you get a better heat press, more supplies, and live online training. Okay, so that's that, and then we do have also on Ricoma on the Ricoma shop.ricoma.com. If you go to the sale tab on shop.ricoma.com, everything on there is on sale, up to 50% off of select heat presses, 10% off of sewing machines, 20% off of chroma digitizing software and embroidery supplies. So a lot of different things that are on sale. Just go to the sale tab to be able to kind of take advantage of some of those sales that's going on. All right. And I already mentioned about DecoSummit, the 30% off the flash sale. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. And then speaking of DecoSummit, we will finally announce the one giveaway, lucky winner for the DecoSummit General Admission ticket, so that you can get access to the seminars and all the demos and trainings at DecoSummit this year. We're gonna pick one random person from Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, and let me see, I'm just getting the notification for the winner. The winner for the DecoSummit ticket is gonna be CN White from Facebook. CN White from Facebook. Congratulations, CN White from Facebook. You're the lucky winner of the DecoSummit General Admission ticket. Make sure to comment below so that I know that you are there, so our team can kind of make sure that you're the winner and claim the ticket. All right, awesome, great. CN White. Yes, I see that. I see that you have just commented. Awesome. Let me just show this comment here. All right, CN White, you are the winner of the DecoSummit ticket. So what will happen next is our team will reach out to you, send you the code for you to claim your ticket on DecoSummit.com. And once you claim it, the ticket is yours. You are the attendee, and then make your own travel arrangements to attend. Hopefully, you do claim the ticket, and I can meet you in person as well. And if you're looking to upgrade your ticket to the VIP ticket, contact our team when they give you the code, so that you just say, hey, I want to upgrade it to the VIP ticket. They'll charge you for the difference. You can have a VIP ticket in your possession as well. So that's optional if you want to do that. But general admission ticket gets you access to all of the seminars besides the hands-on training ones. But you get access to the digitizing seminars, all the business seminars, marketing, all the demonstrations, the showroom floor, etc., etc. So still very, very good, and worth $800, $900 at this point for the ticket itself. So if you I look forward to kind of seeing you there if you want to take advantage of claiming your ticket there. And for the rest of you, if you haven't done so already, make sure to follow us on all of our social channels. We're very active on Instagram. We do a lot of these giveaways actually. In the next month, we're actually going to be doing a pretty big giveaway. For an embroidery machine. We're planning to do a giveaway for an embroidery machine. There will be a small entry fee, and then we'll be donating part of the proceeds to charity as well. So I believe it's a charity. It's a fund for entrepreneurs and small business owners. So kind of very fitting for kind of what our mission and our cause is, to help small business owners kind of get on their feet and to kickstart their business. So we'll be kind of running that giveaway. We'll be running that through a platform, and then there will be you can purchase tickets for a nominal fee, and for a ticket to win an embroidery machine. And then once we reach a certain threshold, part of then the giveaway is live, and then the giveaway will be announced to one random winner, and then we'll kind of announce that at the end of October. We'll kind of run the giveaway for about a month and a half, and then run it and then announce the winner at the end of October. We'll do it kind of like a live stream for it if we can, and then and then be able to ship that machine to you. And then part of the proceeds will also go to charity as well for those that bought the raffle tickets. All right, so we'll be holding that raffle. That'll be pretty exciting. First time we're kind of doing a raffle for a big ticket item, so pretty excited to see how that turns out. All right, so other than that, thank you guys so much for joining. It's always a pleasure speaking with you guys, answering your guys' questions. Hopefully this was helpful and insightful for many of you. And for those of you that haven't purchased a DecoSummit ticket, or if you have and haven't purchased my business lunch for that access, make sure you add that on. You can always buy that on DecoSummit.com. And for those of you that haven't purchased DecoSummit tickets, remember 30% off using the code DECO30 between now and Friday at 6 p.m. So the event is on September 28th, so you got less than a month, and this will probably be the last time we're doing a sale on DecoSummit tickets right before the event. So it will be just a 3-day flash sale only. So if you're interested, make sure to use the code DECO30, and hope to meet a lot of you there. There will be a lot of people attending this year, and hope to meet all of you in person. Definitely looking forward to that. Every year the event gets bigger and more exciting with new things, and as I mentioned and kind of gave a little bit of a hint to, we will be unveiling some pretty new and cool stuff at DecoSummit. So it's almost like a launch event in itself also. So definitely a lot of very exciting things happening in the next month. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hopefully I was able to help out with a lot of the questions, and we'll be back here again next month hopefully, and talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much, and take care.